Hey guys, welcome back. Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. Today, if you're watching when it came out, should be on Christmas Day. It's a Thursday and I post every Thursday, so I'm going to make a video today, but don't worry, I'm not filming it on Christmas. I'm filming this ahead of time so that I can have some time to spend with my family. So I think probably by the time you're watching this, I'm at my parents' house in maybe like a food coma at this point, or maybe we're playing some games or something. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Most of us got the day off, I would like to hope, and hope you're just having a nice relaxing day. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope it's a good day off. If you celebrate Christmas, obviously, I hope you're having a good Christmas. So today, pretty simple, we are going to make a Christmas tree ornament. I think I saw a couple other paintings similar to this online, and I thought they looked really cool, and so that's what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a pretty big painting of what is essentially just the Christmas tree ornament. I decided I wanted to do something really reflective. Oh, wind's going a little crazy. So it's a really reflective ornament sitting in a tree, so we can reflect some of the lights off of it, and we can play off of some of the boughs of the trees, reflecting off of everything. It should be really cool. It should be a fun experiment to try, and I've actually already made the painting as I'm doing this, and I know that it turns out well. And I actually did some fun techniques that I don't normally do to this one to get the effect I was looking for. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys when we get to the painting. Okay, so as we get started here, the first thing that I want to do is build up a nice dark, heavily textured background so that I can put the ornament on top of it. Now I want this to look like it's hanging in a Christmas tree, and so the colors that I'm going to use naturally are going to be dark greens to match the colors of the needles that would be in a pine or a fir tree that you would typically use as a Christmas tree. You can see I'm kind of doing some shapes that would look a little bit like the needles, but I don't want to be too specific here and make it too obviously needles in the background, because that'll take away from the focus of the piece in the foreground. So once I get my background to a darkness level that I like, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the ornament itself. So the ornament is going to be gold, and so I'm going to put in some yellowy, ochre color, and pretty much right away I'm going to destroy that as well. Hi Rudy. Rudy just joined me in here. He's going to be making some noise, I'm sure. But you can see that I've come through here and I've put in some of the pine needles on their little branches reflecting in the ornament. And since the ornament is roughly a sphere, it's going to distort the reflections where they kind of reach around the sides of it. And so that'll give me an opportunity to kind of play with these reflections to give me more of an effect of a three-dimensional object. So now I'm going to come in like I normally do and move on to my black pen and my white paint marker. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to kind of mark off and delineate some of the harder shapes. So in my really black shadows, I can just color in black. The outline of my ornament, I can just outline. And then I can also use the white pen to provide some highlights for myself. Some of the edges of the ornament and maybe some, as you see here, some lights that are hanging in the tree, but they're not bright enough. And so I'm going to actually have to do something special to make them bright enough so that they show up. So one of the primary challenges with watercolors is that the paints are almost entirely translucent, which means they're partially see-through. And that is awesome if you're going for certain effects. However, in other cases, it may not work for what we need it to work for. And so in this case, I'm pulling out a tube of white acrylic paint. You can see here, this is just a golden paint. I use this all the time for some of my commission pieces. I think this guy is titanium white maybe, or something similar. The color of white is not really important for this painting, but what it's gonna do for me is white paint is very opaque. So I can mark it down on top of this other paint and none of the other colors will show through. So you see when I put it here, it's a very strong white, which I needed so I could get the light bulbs and some of the reflections on my ornament to really show up super strong. And I think that this is going to pull everything all together. With a very bright highlight, we can kind of give our eyes somewhere to focus on, and it'll push all of the darks even further to the background. One of the little cheat codes that you can use when you're making a painting that you want to look more realistic is giving it higher contrast. In real life, our eyes, they see with great levels of contrast. And oftentimes paintings and drawings and pictures don't have as much contrast as our eyes can see. It's hard to print or make something with that strong of a black and a white disparity. So one of the ways that we can make a painting, like I said, look more realistic is by having a stronger contrast. So you'll see me darkening up my darks, and I've already got the brightest whites that I can have. And this is going to kind of help to not only expand the range of values in my painting, but make it seem more realistic. Okay, so that's going to do it for our video today. Here is our final piece. I think it turned out really nicely. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And once again, I hope you're having a great Christmas. We'll get some glamour shots and we'll get out of your hair. Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys in the next one.